You've seen script. Have you ever found managing Kubernetes to be a daunting task? Kubernetes, the open source platform designed to automate deploying, scaling, and operating application containers, is a powerful tool. But with great power often comes great complexity. Managing Kubernetes can feel like navigating a labyrinth. There are countless configurations to contend with. Each configuration is akin to a unique puzzle piece, critical to the overall picture but challenging to place correctly. Missteps can result in errors, inefficiencies, and in worst-case scenarios, system failures. And let's not forget about maintaining consistency. With a system as complex as Kubernetes, ensuring that configurations remain coherent across different environments can be akin to herding cats. It's a constant battle, one that requires vigilance, expertise, and a great deal of patience. Then there are the best practices to enforce. Kubernetes is a dynamic platform, constantly evolving. Staying abreast of the latest best practices can be a full-time job in itself. Enforcing these best practices, that's another beast altogether. It requires not just knowledge, but also the ability to guide and educate others. But what if it doesn't have to be this way? What if managing Kubernetes could be simplified? What if there was a tool that could help you navigate the labyrinth, herd those cats, and tame the beast? Imagine a solution that could streamline the configuration process, helping you avoid errors and inefficiencies. Picture a tool that could maintain consistency across different environments, reducing the need for constant vigilance. Visualize a system that could keep you updated on the latest best practices and help you enforce them, easing the burden of education and guidance. Does this sound like a dream? Well, it's not. This is where Datree comes into the picture. What if there was a way to simplify Kubernetes management and enforce best practices? Enter Datree. Datree is a policy enforcement solution designed to simplify Kubernetes management. Let's dive in. You see, Datree is not just any policy enforcement solution, it's a tool specifically built for Kubernetes, the open source platform that automates deployment, scaling, and management of containerized applications. In a world where Kubernetes is becoming increasingly prevalent, Datree steps in to make things simpler and safer. But what does Datree actually do? Well, it serves as a gatekeeper, enforcing best practices and preventing misconfigurations in your Kubernetes environment. It's like having a diligent guardian who ensures that everything runs smoothly and securely. It integrates directly into your development process, scanning your Kubernetes configuration files and alerting you to any potential issues before they become costly mistakes. One of Datree's key features is its robust policy engine. This engine allows you to define the rules and standards that your Kubernetes configuration should adhere to. You can customize these policies to suit your specific needs, ensuring that your Kubernetes environment remains consistent and compliant. Another impressive feature is Datree's automated scanning. Once you've set your policies, Datree automatically scans your Kubernetes configuration files to ensure they comply with your rules. If it identifies any violations, it immediately alerts you, giving you the chance to rectify the issue before it impacts your environment. And let's not forget about Datree's ability to provide insights and recommendations. It doesn't just tell you what's wrong, it also gives you advice on how to fix it. This feature is invaluable, especially for those who are new to Kubernetes and might not fully understand the complexities of the platform. So why is Datree so important for Kubernetes users? Well, it simplifies the management process, reduces the risk of misconfigurations, and ensures that your Kubernetes environment is secure and compliant. It's like having a Kubernetes expert by your side, guiding you and helping you avoid common pitfalls. Now, you might be wondering, how do I use Datree in Kubernetes? We'll walk you through it. First things first, you need to install Datree. Now, before we dive into the installation process, it's important to know that you need to have Node.js and NPM installed on your system. If you don't have these yet, you'll need to download and install them first. Moving on to the installation of Datree itself, you'll be pleased to know that it's as straightforward as it gets. Open your terminal or command prompt and simply type in npm install gdatree. Hit enter and the system will take care of the rest. Do note, the G flag in the command ensures that Datree is installed globally on your system, allowing it to be used in any directory. Once the installation process is complete, you can verify it by typing Datree version in your terminal. If it displays the version number, congratulations, you've successfully installed Datree. With Datree installed, you're ready to start enforcing policies in Kubernetes. Once installed, the next step is to configure Datree. Let's dive straight into it. First things first, you need to set up a configuration file. This is a YML file, typically named .datree.yaml, that tells Datree how to behave. This file should be placed in the root directory of your repository. Now, let's talk about the contents of this file. It's all about policies, folks. Policies are sets of rules that you define, and Datree uses to validate your Kubernetes configuration files. In your .datree.yaml, you'll define which policies you want to enforce. So, how do you define a policy? Well, it's as simple as giving it a name and specifying the rules it includes. Each rule is a condition that Kubernetes configuration files must meet. For example, a rule might be that all deployments must have resource limits defined. Creating a policy is as easy as pie. Just jot down policies in your datree.yaml, followed by the name of your policy and the rules it includes. Remember, the rules should be written in the form of rule-id severity, where rule-id is the identifier of the rule and severity is the level of importance you give to the rule. But wait, there's more. Datree also allows you to exclude certain files or directories from being tested. You can specify these under excludes in your datree.yaml. This is especially handy when you have files that are not meant to be deployed, but are still part of your repository. And lastly, let's not forget about the schema version. This is a mandatory field that indicates the version of Datree's policy schema you are using. Make sure to set it to EV1. There you have it. Configuring Datree is all about creating a datree.yaml, defining your policies and rules, and excluding any non-relevant files or directories. With Datree configured, you're all set to start managing Kubernetes more effectively. Now that Datree is set up, let's dive into how to use it in Kubernetes. So you've got your Datree installed and configured, and Kubernetes is all up and running. What comes next? Well, that's where the magic happens. First things first, let's talk about enforcing policies. Kubernetes can be a complex beast with numerous settings and configurations. Datree helps to tame that beast by allowing you to enforce policies across your Kubernetes clusters. This means you can ensure that all your configurations are in line with your organization's standards and best practices. It's like having a personal Kubernetes traffic cop, making sure everything is in order. But Datree isn't just about enforcing policies. It's also about preventing misconfigurations. Kubernetes is powerful, but with that power comes the potential for mistakes. A simple typo or a misunderstood setting can lead to major headaches. That's where Datree comes in. It scrutinizes your Kubernetes configuration files, looking for potential problems before they become actual problems. It's like having a safety net, catching any missteps before they can trip you up. And then there's consistency. In a perfect world, all your Kubernetes deployments would be consistent with every setting and configuration exactly as it should be. But we all know that the real world is rarely so neat and tidy. That's why Datree is such a powerful tool. It helps to maintain consistency across your Kubernetes deployments, ensuring that everything is as it should be every time. But perhaps the best thing about Datree is that it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's flexible, allowing you to tailor its functionality to your specific needs. You can customize your policies, set your own rules, and fine-tune your configurations. It's like having a Kubernetes management tool that's been custom-built just for you. And just like that, you've simplified Kubernetes management with Datree. Using Datree in Kubernetes isn't just about making your life easier. It's about making your Kubernetes deployments more secure, more reliable, and more efficient. So go ahead, dive in and see what Datree can do for you. Let's recap what we've learned today. We started by discussing the challenges of Kubernetes, a powerful yet complex system. It's a platform that can streamline your operations, but without the right tools, navigating its complexities can be daunting. This is where Datree comes in, a policy enforcement tool designed specifically for Kubernetes. Datree simplifies the management of your Kubernetes configurations. We walked through the straightforward installation process and then dove into how to configure Datree to your specific needs. But the real magic happens when you start using Datree in Kubernetes. It enables you to maintain high standards of code quality and prevent misconfigurations, which are the leading cause of Kubernetes-related incidents. So there you have it. With Datree, managing Kubernetes just got a whole lot easier. Try it out for